I am so unbelievably happy with today's episode of 86. Like, as you all know, if you watched my videos 2 seasons ago when I talked about, the first 11 episodes of 86, you'll know how I feel about it. I absolutely adore this anime, and I'm just so happy that episode 12 is finally here. Cour 2 is here, and I'm able to talk about it. I'm glad that Saturdays are going to be extra special, and I'm going to be able to wake up each morning on a Saturday and be able to watch a new episode of 86. It just makes me so happy. And, it's not just 86. Tomorrow, apparently, Mushoku Tensei, the second half, is going to be appearing. It's going to be airing tomorrow. So, it's even more great news. So, the weekends are just looking to be absolutely amazing for this anime season, and I've been needing it. I've really been needing something to really look forward to each, individual, day for an episode of anime, and I'm glad that 86 and Mushoku Tensei is going to be, back-to-back on the weekend. Just amazing. But, okay, let's just get right into it. If you have not watched 86, and this is your first time hearing about the show, or watching a video from me talking about the show, all I'm gonna say is stop what you're doing and go watch 86. Now, looks can be deceiving. It might seem like a generic mech show, but it is not. By no means is it generic. By no means is it a standard type of series that you can just throw away and say, it's okay. It's just an average thing. This series is so special, and I love it. And I even read the first volume of 86 because I wanted to see how the differences were of, the anime and, the light novel when it was being adapted. And I heard while, reviewing and talking about 86's anime 2 seasons ago, that the anime went above and beyond to adapt the content, and it added extra things that clarified a lot that not even the light novel did, and I will definitely agree, yes, the anime is the way to go. It is just straight up, it is fantastic. There is so much love and attention to detail that has been put into 86's anime, and I cannot wait to see the rest of the journey, because I don't know what to expect. Like I said, I only read the first volume, so I don't know what's going to happen, and right now, I've only read up to, the content that was kind of covered up to episode 11, so I'm happy. I'm so freaking happy I am able to just experience this once again. But okay, enough gushing about it. Let's talk about this episode and just how crazy it is. First, let's just get into the opening song, okay? That opening song is, I believe that is the same singer that did the Tokyo Ghoul opening song. One of the Tokyo Ghoul opening songs. I'm just yeah, I can definitely recognize the vocals and the way the visuals are told and all that. And if there's one thing I learned by that type of band that, does that type of song for, different anime, is that usually the opening songs are very symbolic, and there was a lot of symbolism, a lot of symbolic things thrown in throughout the opening song, and I feel like the more this season unfolds, I'm going to be able to notice things in that opening song that really just stick out, and I'll be like, yo, this is kind of crazy what they've been foreshadowing, the symbolic nature of these characters and what they're doing in the opening song. I can't wait to fully understand what the opening song has to offer, because if there's one thing I love about watching anime that I don't think manga can really capture the same way, is that opening songs and ending songs can really throw in some curveballs, and they can have its own mini story and different message to tell in its short little 1 minute 30-second runtime, and you're able to get a whole message of what the story is trying to convey to the audience in such a different way that not even the manga and even the individual episodes can actually do. And it's something I always love. It's why I love the JoJo opening songs, of how you could really peek at the JoJo opening songs and really analyze different things going on, and I feel like the opening song of 86 is definitely going to be one of those opening songs. But enough with that, let's actually talk about the content. So, episode 12, Rayna. I really love her new design. It actually is very symbolic, since we're on the topic of symbolic themes and stuff. Her entire wardrobe change and her hairstyle and everything is just outright amazing. The writer and the animators and all of that did a really good job with capturing kind of the vibe and feeling you should be getting from Rayna throughout this episode. Example, the black clothing. I think this is a really big detail that needs to be pointed out, and that is the fact that I think everybody knows black clothing kind of can be symbolic for mourning, or, you know, you're mourning the deceased, you're mourning the dead, the fallen, etc. And when you think about what has happened throughout the entirety of 86 thus far, you have it to where the 86, they're cast aside as if they're lesser, and, you know, they die and nobody really remembers, mourns them, or even remembers their name. And Rayna learned a hard lesson throughout the journey of the first half of 86. And when you think about how nobody in that area actually, you know, kind of mourns the deceased, it makes sense her wearing the black robe, for instance, just the black outfit in general, as her mourning not just the squad she lost, but also everyone else that has died previously and will die. She's mourning in her own way, and I really appreciate that little detail. It's a very big detail to show that she's going against the system around her, but also in her own way, she is reminding everybody that people have died and that you cannot just look away from it. She's forcing them to notice her because she sticks out, because everybody wears the exact same thing while she has a completely different outfit. Everybody just notices it, which that goes along with her hairstyle. The red stripe in her hair, I really love that, because it's also showing that not just with the mourning aspect and trying to be different from everyone, but also just to go along the fact is that she is not one of the people that is a part of this nation, that she's like, I'm against what all of you are doing. I don't think that we should all be the same. I feel like, you know, the 86 should have been treated better than they did, and her kind of changing her hairstyle kind of shows like she's pushing herself away from that system. Like, I am not in line with all of you. I don't have the same thought process or anything. I am different, and I like that. So just, there is a lot of nice little symbolic nods to Rayna's new outfit that I'm looking forward to. I wonder how it's going to evolve throughout the course of the story. But obviously, that's not the only thing going on throughout the episode. One thing that we get to really take note of is that Rayna has been demoted. She has actually gotten a lot of flack and problems associated with her thanks to her actions at the end of the first half of 86. She no longer has the same status anymore. People kind of mock her, look down on her, but at the same time, she has a high track record of a kill rate against the Legion, and so because of that, she's able to stay in somewhat power as a captain, but she is not able to actually, you know, do anything. She probably has no potential possibility of ever rising in the ranks or having a really easy life anymore. She'll have to be a grunt that's just on the front lines doing bad work and all that. And it's fascinating. I do like how she is no longer a paper tiger. The way she confronts her superior, and she's like, look, you know, I am doing good for you. As long as if I continue to get good achievements, have a high kill count and all that, you look better and you can get your fancy promotion. And the way she confronts her superior officer about that is really powerful. It shows the contrast of her character from the beginning of the story to where she's at now, because if this would have been Rayna in the first half of 86, she would have just, would have confronted the person, but she would have kind of backed down and just kind of curled up and just went with the flow. But in this case, Rayna did not do that. She was like, look, I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing because it's effective, and obviously you're getting more promotions and achievements and all that associated with you, even if it is giving you more paperwork, because I have such a high record right now. So she's like, I'm gonna be able to get away with it, unless you want to give up your chance of promotion and all that. I'm like a golden trophy that's been casted in your lap. Do you really want to give that up? So I like that. I like how Rayna is not, kind of like I said, a paper tiger. Now, going on to the other segment of the story, we need to talk about Shin. I'm so happy that Shin and his entire group is alive. Now, I'm not necessarily shocked that Shin is alive, but to see his entire group alive and Shin alive with that, it's just nice, because it's like, there were great characters in the first half, and the whole episode 9, 10, and all that, and 11 was very emotional, and I really got emotional while watching those episodes, and they were great characters. The theme and vibe of what those episodes stood for still remain to this day. I don't feel like episode 12 really kind of backs out on anything that happened. I do like kind of how they managed to go on their journey, and they did somehow find freedom along the way. They didn't know. It was a path of, you know, uncertainty, the unknown, and they did manage to find, you know, peace, at the very least for now. And I like that the entire squad is alive, and they're getting to experience a life that they have not had. All they've known is the battlefield. All they've known is war. And to see them kind of in a setting of being able to rest, sleep, and not have to be on call all the time is something that is just kind of unnerving, and I wonder how they're going to kind of incorporate back into the normal life, because I highly doubt they're going to be able to stick with it, because all they've known from this very point is war and the battle. So I do think that just everything that 86 has been doing now with this episode and what it's setting up is incredibly interesting. The way I see it now, especially with what the second half of this, episode kind of tries to portray, is that there's going to be an uprising, a movement within this federation that, our team Shin is at, and they're probably going to go and attack where Rayna is at to kind of free all the 86. There's going to be a massive war between the two human nations, and the Legion's probably going to be thrown in some shape or form, but I do think that there is definitely a war building up, and that there's going to be an uprising very soon, especially with what Rayna has been doing, with her kind of giving all of the 86 more respect and trying to help them, and then they're going to be moved over to, Spearhead. It makes sense that maybe all the individuals that she's interacting with might just associate with Rayna only, and then they'll eventually just stop, caring about everyone else with that type of empire, and just, try to follow Rayna in general. And with the uprising that potentially could happen if the Federation attacks, it could lead to a whole all-out war. So I am looking forward to it. I feel like there is a lot of potential, a lot of crazy things going on, and I am glad that I held back from reading the volume of this, and I'm getting to experience it for the first time in the anime. But I guess I want to leave it at that. It's, like I said, it's a great episode. I'm happy beyond belief, and I cannot wait to see the next episode, and I can't wait for Mushoku Tensei tomorrow as well. But you all be safe, stay healthy, stay happy. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you got this video, please leave a like, it helps me out. And also hit that bell icon if you want to get notified for whenever I upload a video. But with that, guys, be safe. Chibi out.